Now, if you want to make Santa Claus really happy, don't give him milk and cookies. Give him an Irish hot milk toddy and 1 pot chocolate nugget brownies. He's going to be a real happy Santa and probably leave you more presents. These are absolutely fantastic. They're chewy. They have nuggets of chocolate in them. That's where the nugget comes from. And you make them in 1 pot. So all you use is a small milk pan, a wooden spoon, and a 9x9 cake pan. Very little cleanup after this. Fantastic and easy to make. And you stir it all up in that 1 pot. Ready to go. So let's go in the kitchen and just see how easy it is to make these 1 pot chocolate nugget brownies. Enjoy. All right, we're ready to make our brownies. And it's really easy. The only equipment we're using is this pot, a wooden spoon, and a 9x9 baking pan or cake pan, which I've prepared, and I'll go over that when we go to put the brownie mix in there. But first, let's get this started. First thing we do, we got a 1/2 cup of butter. That's going to go in there to start melting. So let's put the 1/2 cup butter in here. We'll get the heat going. We're going to melt that on low. That's somewhere between low and medium low. While that's melting, let's go over the ingredients. What I have here is 6 ounces or 170 grams of chocolate, dark chocolate, broken up into pieces about a 1/2 inch or 12 millimeters and divided. So half and half. Half is going to go in the batter first, it's going to melt. The other half is going to go into the batter to make the nuggets. I have 2 eggs. I have 1 cup of sugar. In my case, again, I'm using my favorite unrefined cane sugar, but you could use white sugar and some other brown sugar. I wouldn't use demerara, it's a little bit too sticky, but you know, I've used it before and it works out. Over here we have 3/4 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and a pinch of salt just to pop the flavor in the brownies. All right, let's check that butter. That is melting. Just gonna keep every once in a while, just move it around. So we don't want to burn the butter, we just want it to melt. So let's come back in about a minute when that butter is melted, and then we're going to start mixing this all together. All right, so the butter has melted. I'm going to take that off the heat. Put down here, I don't want to burn my counter, so put down a cutting board. First thing I'm going to do is add the chocolate. I'll get that in while that butter is still good and hot, and just stir it around until the chocolate melts. All right, that chocolate is melted and it's smelling really good in here. Now, I'm going to mix the sugar in, dump it all in. See, it's just a really easy recipe to make. Nothing fancy here. Get that combined. Now that's combined, I'm going to toss in the salt, the vanilla, crack the 2 eggs into here, and just kind of break up the eggs a bit and then start mixing. You want to combine everything well. All right, that's looking pretty good. Now, in goes the flour. And again, just mixing to combine. And that is just about ready to go. Look at this nice, thick, chocolatey mixture. Makes fantastic brownies. Okay, last thing I do, in go the nuggets. these are just mixed in there. And it's going to give you little pockets of chocolate throughout your brownies. Let's kind of make sure they're well distributed. Okay. We can get rid of the cutting board. That's cooled down now. Next we want to bring in is our 9x9 cake pan. Now, I've prepared this a special way, so let's just go over that quickly. This makes it really easy to get your brownies out of there afterwards. First, quickly run some butter around the pan. Then, I cut some cooking paper to the width that's going to fit perfectly in there. Stick it down. The butter helps it stick down to the pan, so I just kind of push it down and push it out, and it's now stuck in the pan. Quickly run some butter, put a piece going the other direction, and I just run a bit of butter over all that paper. Notice how I've left these edges hanging over here? That's what makes it easy to lift your brownies out of the pan afterwards. So, let's get this mixture in there. All you do is spoon it in. Alright. Now, if there's a little bit left in the pan, I like to leave that for licking afterwards. Ah, sounds like our oven's ready. So our oven is at 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius. We're going to put these brownies in there for 25 to 30 minutes. What we're going to do is we'll do the toothpick test. So see whether they're done or not at 25 minutes. If not, we'll go for another 5 minutes. All right, so what I've done here is I've just spread that out somewhat evenly. You can see little chocolate chunks throughout there. Yeah, let's test this. Oh, lovely. I love eating cookie batter and batter. So, let's put this in the oven now, and I'll be back in 25 minutes. We'll give it a toothpick test. Okay, that has been baking for 25 minutes. Smells great. But now what we want to do is we want to give it the toothpick test or the skewer test and make sure it's cooked inside. So we just kind of go in at an angle, bring it out. Yeah, the crumbs on there, they look pretty dry. So I'm just going to take one more test. Hit some chocolate on that one. You got to remember you got chocolate nuggets in here. So if you just see chocolate coming out, that has nothing to do with whether it's cooked or not. So going somewhere else. Yeah, we're coming out clean. All right. Those are ready to go. Gonna let them cool a little bit, but I'm just gonna show you right now how, see, it's gonna easily lift out of there. A little soft right now. Let them cool a little while. Then they start to get a little bit stiffer. You can lift the whole thing out onto a cutting board and cut it up with a knife into little pieces, and you're ready to go. All right, enjoy these brownies. Now, if you go to the link appearing on the screen, you can get the free printable recipe on our website. You also find a real easy to follow along recipe infographic which visually shows you steps in making these delicious one-pot chewy chocolate nugget brownies. So, go print out the recipe, have fun making and eating these, and make cooking fun again with Kuma's Kitchen.